Alrighty. Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the brofict one, AJ. Hope you're having a good end of the Tuesday. We are keeping it moving here, getting off work now. I am in the lab and looking to get together some good bets for tonight. College basketball, NBA, and NHL all going heavy right now. Let's get into it. Before we go any further, though, do just want to take a moment. Shout out to our 433 incredible followers here on Rumble. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Seriously, shout out to y'all. And if you like what we're cooking, hit that like button. Let Rumble know you like what we're cooking as well. It helps out a lot more than you know. But let's go ahead and get into it. Got a couple of games live right now. Well, most importantly, got Marquette and Butler live right now. Butler 2-2 right now with Marquette. Let's take a look at where that live line is chilling at for a moment. Hold up. Wait a minute. There we go. They've got it locked up right now, which honestly I'm not shocked by. I mean, just getting started trying to see where this is. There we go. Marquette 3.5 point favorites here against Butler. 17:55 left to go in the first half here. Honestly, I'm liking it. I'm liking Butler. Marquette. If we get -1.5, let me see if we can get this down a little bit further. But Butler does match up very well with them. Playing at home too, like that as well for Butler. But at the end of the day, Marquette is number 4, and they're number 4 for a reason, guys. They are absolutely, and I mean absolutely unbelievable on the court. I'm liking what they're cooking. Just not liking what they're cooking right now. Sitting at 2.5 -150. I mean, that's essentially where the line opened. What's the first half looking like? Let me take a look at that. First half live getting Marquette minus the 120 on the money line, -1.5 at +110. I'm going to take a little shot in the dark here early. We're going to go with Marquette minus the 1.5 first half spread. I think that's a steal. I think you're getting plus money. Damn, just moved Marquette plus 1.5 to -125. I like that, but now I'm getting Marquette plus 109 on the money line. So we are going to go ahead and take Marquette plus 109 there. I like that a lot. But hey, and if you're watching, please hop in that chat. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what you're operating with, what you're liking tonight. Let's get some team rides going. All right. We got action in on Marquette. On the money line, plus 103. Hey, any plus money, especially at even money, I mean, we'll just take it. We'll take it, run, no questions asked about it. That's how I like to feel about it. But that's the only game that's really caught my eye going early right now. A lot of these games tipping off at 5 o'clock, and so we will get into those. Let's go ahead and just stay in college basketball, huh? Let's stay in college basketball. Got some nice big games rolling today. If I can find it again, what the F? All right, boom, there we go. I want to start off with this. Illinois, Michigan. Number 14, Illinois hosting Michigan. Michigan 8-16 so far, 3-10 in conference play. Illinois 17-6 on the season. Now listen, everything is telling me that this Illinois team is going to go out and they're going to win this game. I don't think that's the question. I think we got to look at the points. Because I'm sorry, that is just too many points for what this Michigan team is able to do. Don't get me wrong, not the prettiest football you're going to see, I tell you that much. But you are looking at a team that likes to make shots, likes to make them heavy. So I will be looking at Michigan. Michigan plus the 16 early here. Getting started. Let's keep it moving. I think Illinois is fake, if we're going to be completely honest. Illinois just comes off at frauds to me. I understand they're ranked, but I don't think they deserve to be ranked that high. I don't think they deserve to be where they're at. But Noah and I will talk about that more later tonight. I'm going to do this little Sports Paradise stream real quick. And then later tonight, Noah and I will be breaking down the AP Top 25 for college basketball and our picks for the Genesis Invitational this weekend. As tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and we do have to, in fact, do shit with our ladies tomorrow. Can't wait for that. Anyway, so that's coming later tonight after this stream. But next game on the slate I want to talk about. I don't know if the book wants me to talk about it, but I want to talk about it. If I can find it. Why can't I find it? Maybe is it buried? Buried in the slate? All right, we'll come back to it. Iowa State, Cincinnati. Cincinnati, 1.5-point favorites at home here. Iowa, plus the 1.5 at -108. So you are getting some love there from the book. Now moving up to +122 on the money line. Not going to lie, I took this game a little bit earlier today, caught it at, I believe, about +120, because honestly, I was worried that this line was going to move down. I was worried that Iowa State and Cincinnati, this was going to end up at a pick'em, but we're just not getting it at a pick'em. And I really can't understand why we're not getting this game at a pick'em or Iowa State on the money line. Favored. And I'll admit the public is might be pushing it a little bit, 57% of the bet, 62% of the money. But this game opened up Cincinnati 1-point favorites, moving it up to the 1.5 now because of that. But you look at these two teams, it's like comparing peanuts to apples. You know what I mean? Just two completely different teams. Iowa State with an emphasis on defense. Not saying Cincinnati can't play defense. Excuse me. But all I'm saying is, I think the book got this one absolutely wrong. I think the book got this one absolutely wrong. I am taking Iowa State on the money line, +122. I like it a lot. It's one of those where they just got it wrong. And yes, I did say this about Kansas yesterday. Yes, Kansas did get the shit kicked out of them yesterday. But hey, it happens. Live, learn. I now know Kansas is frauds, or maybe they're not. We'll talk about that later. But like in Iowa State here, plus the 122 just to keep it rolling. And honestly, seriously, might be one of my favorite plays of the night there, Iowa State. Excuse me. All right, next game I want to talk about. I can just hear Noah in the back of my head right now screaming at me to take Indiana State minus the 17. Brother, I can't do it. That is just I think that's too many points, but Indiana State also has the ability to go out there and just dump on points. And so I'm going to stay away from that. Just not feeling that one right there. Let's see what else is coming up. St. John's Providence, not too shabby. Duquesne Dayton. Oh, there we go. North Carolina Syracuse. Listen, I know Syracuse can get hot. They're 15-9 on the season, 3-2, 2-3 in their last 5, so not looking too great. Just lost to Clemson. UNC, 3-2 in their last 5, and they are looking good. Only barely skipping out of Miami there. With 3 points, but hey, live and let live. This is going to be a lopsided affair. This is going to be a very, very lopsided affair. When I look at this game, I just see UNC all the way, UNC every which way possible. I'll take UNC minus the 8.5. Would not be surprised here with a double-digit victory. I do think Syracuse is going to come out probably in the beginning of the first half, early in the second half, put up some points, make you sweat a little bit, but I think UNC likes to get settled in. Honestly, UNC's kind of like a fine wine in a basketball game. They get better as the time goes on. And so let's go with UNC minus the 8.5 here. Staying away from LSU and Florida, staying away from this game for the sole reason that everything in my body is telling me to take LSU plus the 10.5, but all of my numbers, everything I'm looking at is saying I'm an idiot for doing that. And so when my numbers and everything conflict like that too much, we just stay away from it and live bet the shit out of that when it comes. Iowa State, Cincinnati. All right, what else do we like tonight? Ooh, there it is. I saw it. All right, Oklahoma and Baylor. Baylor, 7-point favorites here. 143.5 is the total. Listen, this Baylor squad's good. This Baylor squad is good, and I think we're getting a little bit more of a shorter line here than we would, because for some reason the public loves Oklahoma. I don't understand it. Taking Baylor minus the 7 here again, I think it should be higher, but liking Baylor minus the 7. Live looking, Marquette up right now, 10-7, 14-20 left to go in that half. We like it. We like it a lot. Ole Miss, Kentucky. Yeah, kind of wash, rinse, repeat what I said about Baylor, and here we go with Kentucky and Ole Miss. Kentucky is a solid squad. They're going to be a solid squad come March, and so, yeah, I'll be taking Kentucky minus the 8.5 there. Anything else? Nothing else sticking out at me. Nothing else screaming at me. I'm gonna chill with those 5 picks here in college basketball. Looking at Michigan plus 16, Iowa State on the money line plus the 115, UNC minus 8.5, Baylor minus the 7, Kentucky minus 8.5 as well. That's a nice little 5-legger at plus 2,721. You can't complain about that. Just can't complain about that. All right. The next one starting up here at about 5 o'clock. We got some hockey. That's right. We're going to the ice. We are going to the ice. Let's get it moving. All right. Tampa Bay Lightning, Boston Bruins. Looking at this one every which way. I mean, the Lightning are a good team. They're a respectable team, solid squad. I like the way they work. But Boston is that much better. I hate to say it. This Bruins team has been absolutely electric. 17-6-3 at home. They absolutely cook at home. Going to continue cooking at home. They did just drop one to the Capitals 3-0. So look for a nice bounce back game here for the Bruins. Lightning coming off of a nice one against the against the Jackets. So, taking the Bruins on the money line here, minus the 160. The 1.5 at plus 158 is very enticing. Just not enough for me to jump on that. All right, Columbus and Ottawa. Oh, yeah, Ottawa. My Senators. Let's go, Senators. They are the 1.5 point favorite here at plus 122. 7 is the total here. Yeah, they're expecting a lot of shots on goal here, and I got to agree with it. Both teams, the goaltending is a question mark, can be questionable at times. Senators are 3-2 on a 3-game win streak right now. Blue Jackets 2-3 in their last 5, just dropping one to the Lightning as we were talking about. We're going Senators here, minus the 1.5. That's right, minus the 1.5 at plus 122. Senators playing at home, going to be juiced up a little bit more. It's a hard Barton to play in. And I just think it's going to be shot-a-palooza for the Senators, minus the 1.5 there at plus 122. We love it. Love it. Avalanche and the Caps staying away from this game. Don't like the way the numbers are working out. Just not interested in fucking around with the Caps tonight because that's leaning. Okay, I'm leaning on the Caps plus the 1.5. I've been less than impressed with the Avalanche lately, but is what it is. So I'm going to stay away from that. Stay away from that one. Ducks and the Canadiens. Ducks. 1.5 point dogs here on the road, plus 100 on the money line. 6.5 is the total. I will not lie. I like this game a lot more with the Ducks plus 105. I think the Ducks come out and get a big win here tonight. Unexpected win, plus 100. Short dogs here. Got to jump on them when you can. I had reasons. Hold on. Let me get my reasons up. Hold on. And boom goes dynamite. Canadians won this game back in November, 4-3 playing in Anaheim. Anaheim 10-13-1 on the road, which compared to Montreal's 10-14-3 at home, I'm kind of liking how those odds are leaning up for us. Canadians also on a 2-game skid right now, 2-3 in their last 5. The Ducks did just drop one to Edmonton, but Edmonton's been playing lights out hockey. Also, Ducks coming off of a nice long break here. Look for the Ducks to be nice and energized. Give me the Ducks plus 100 here. Blues, Maple Leafs, you guessed it. Staying away from that shit show. Staying away. Kings and the Sabres, though, I will dive in on that. Give me the Kings minus the 140, just like the way they match up better than the Sabres. And honestly, their jerseys are better looking too. So this may be a jersey pick game. I don't know. Just an update. Marquette 16-11 right now. 11:20 left to go in that first half. Should have hung around. I probably would have gotten plus money Marquette full game, but whatever. Live and learn. It's fine. Kraken Islanders staying away from that one. Just, again, numbers and my feelings towards that game not working out the way I want them to, so staying away. Ooh, Red Wings and the Oilers. I'll bite here. I'll bite here. I think Red Wings plus 1.5 at minus 125 is a solid line that you're getting. And again, I like the way the Red Wings have been playing. Young team, talented team. They're really starting to bloom this year and think they can definitely put up a solid fight against the Oilers, who just, they're playing good. The Oilers are playing good. 30-17-1 on the season. Again, I don't think they're going to lose this game. But, the Red Wings can be tricky. Red Wings can be tricky. 3-2 in their last 5. I'm just saying. And the Oilers just lost to the Kings, too. Ooh, could be going on a skid here, but I like the Red Wings plus the 1.5 at minus 125 there. Those are my NHL picks. Going through that again, that would be Boston on the money line, Senators minus 1.5, Ducks on the money line, Kings on the money line, Red Wings plus 1.5. We are up to a 10-leg parlay plus 63,000 odds, but we are not done yet. Let's get into the NBA right quick. Got to be up here somewhere. Boom goes the dynamite. All righty. Getting us started nice and early. Oklahoma City Thunder, Orlando Magic. Thunder, 2.5-point favorites here at on the road. 233.5 is the total here. I'm really liking this OKC team. I'm really liking this OKC team. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Orlando Magic have also just kind of been, they've been performing, I would say, better than expected, but also kind of trash. Both teams, they're two of the best teams against the spread in the NBA right now. Thunder won this last one by 2 points, and I think it's going to be a little bit similar. I think we're definitely going to see a competitive basketball game here, as you would expect. Not going to mess around with the points. I will take OKC minus the 135 on the money line. Look for Chet. That's all I got to say. Look for Chet to have a big game tonight. All right, Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets. 8-point dogs at home. 226 is the total. I don't know what it's been recently, but it feels like whenever I bet against the Nets, good things happen. And when I stay off of them, they win. So this is definitely going to be one where I'm on the Nets. Not on the Nets. I'm on the Celtics here, minus the 8. Do not have a lot of faith in this Nets team, if we're going to be completely honest. 21-31 on the season. Just not matching up. And yes, I know on the Celtics, we're looking at some injuries with Porzingis, Tillman, and Springer. Doesn't concern me probably as much as it should. Sticking with the Celtics there, minus the 8. All right, Bucks and the Heat. 8.5-point dogs on the road here. That's because everyone and their mom is at Scary Terry, Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson. But, a lot of game time decisions there for the Bucks as well, with Giannis, Dame time, Brooke Lopez, and Pat also on game time decision. Bucks, 2 big wins in the last couple of days. Definitely looked good. It looked very good last night against the Nuggets. So you're looking at them at a back-to-back 8.5. I understand we're looking at all of those game time decisions there, but this feels like a solid Bucks win for it here, even with some guys on the bench. I think their bench can handle it. Taking the Bucks minus the 8.5 there. All right, Sacramento Kings going to my Phoenix Suns. 4.5-point favorites here. 245 is the total. Now, let me take you back a couple of weeks. Just want to go back a couple of weeks. To January 16th, okay? That game will be burned in my head forever because that's when the Suns came back down 22 middle of the third quarter to win that ball game. And started my trend of taking the Suns whenever they're down huge in the third quarter. I'm on the money line live because for some reason they seem to pull it together and get it together for the dub. And I'm expecting a little bit of the same. This is going to be more of a live bet game for me. Looking where the Suns are at halftime or whenever they're down. If they're ever down, I'm probably going to take them on the money line if I'm getting plus odds. But I'll take minus 190 here. This Suns team scares the living shit out of me, though. I am not touching any points with them. The fact that I'm even taking them on the money line is a big step in my recovery towards trusting them again. So, we'll take the Suns on the money line there. And then staying away from these last two games. Just not liking what I'm seeing here in Timberwolves and the Trailblazers. And the Lakers are such a loose cannon. They're either going to have a great game or they're going to absolutely shit the bed. And again, just a solid live bet opportunity there that I'm liking. But Yeah, hey, we're up to a 14-leg parlay now. Running through the NBA portion, we've got the Thunder on the money line, Celtics on, minus the 8, Milwaukee minus the 8.5, Suns on the money line. What is that 14-leg parlay now? What is that? 646,000 odds. That ain't too shabby. That ain't too shabby. All my picks tonight. One more time. Michigan plus the 16. Iowa State on the money line. UNC minus 8.5. Baylor minus the 7. Kentucky minus 8.5. Bruins on the money line. Senators minus 1.5. Ducks on the money line. Kings on the money line. Red Wings plus 1.5. OKC minus 135. Celtics minus the 8. Bucks minus 8.5. Suns on the money line. Let's cook. Let's cook. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to go and enjoy these games a little bit, handicap some golf. Again, Noah and I will be live later tonight, breaking down college basketball top 25 and our best picks for the Genesis later this weekend. So if you don't want to miss that, hit that follow button so you can get notified when we go live. And if you like what we're cooking here, hit that like button as well. Helps out a lot more than you know. But hey, with all that being said, we'll see you guys later tonight. I, of course, am the Brofect one, AJ, and I'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.